So today I'm here at the grain elevators in Buffalo, New York. Do a little story about the people that used to work here. And we're going into what's called a marine leg, which is where these big, huge arms would open up and go down into the ships to offload the grain. And there's an old job that no longer exists called the scoopers. Those are guys that went down in the holds of the ships and literally by hand with these big shovels attached to ropes move around in the bottom of the hold of the ship
The hold is cleaned
and
carefully after each trip. For this
remove the
ship's
grain
next
scoop
cargo
by
may
scoop.
not be grain.
And then they were loaded into the elevators. Now, with automation, nobody needs scoopers anymore. They've got full automated machines that take care of that work. This is what they call one of the marine legs. And it's a movable conveyance that has railroad wheels, and it can roll to unload rail cars. These things are almost 20 stories tall. These are really big, dangerous pieces of machinery. And I'm walking over now to where the conveyor belts would extend out of the marine legs. Right above me here. And the belts would be lowered into the ships and pull the grain out, like this footage here.
In a few hours, the grain is so low in the hold that scoops must pull it to the leg from corners of the ship.
Going up and in. So I'm inside one of the marine legs now. And there are just huge pulleys all over. And it's amazing that these things with concrete floors actually move on their own. I'm gonna go up one more floor. Let's see what I got here. Oh man, this is amazing. I'm inside the steam leg for Perot malting. This here is the arm that moves out and lowers down into the ships to scoop. That's the control room. And that's looking up 20 stories. Amazing thing. Look at these ropes. I don't know what they're for. Some sort of a pulley. Here's more of the pulleys. This place is amazing. These wooden block and tackle. And then these cables. The size of these gears. Now, I think they may have used rope so that there weren't sparks. That would be my guess. This thing here is the roller for the edge of the belt. That would go up. Anyway, headed back downstairs now. Huge. just how massive these things are. And behind me is that tower that I was just inside of. Going inside now to the first part of the Perot malting building. The fox that lives in here, and you can see his tracks in the snow. I'm inside the bottom of the grain elevator silo, where obviously it funnels down to be loaded onto a conveyance and get it out to being loaded on either rail cars or ships. They're huge. One of the main things about grain elevators is the dust and friction creates the potential for explosion.
Frightening moments caught on camera in Jefferson, Iowa. An explosion and fire at a grain elevator. Now this happened northwest of Des Moines.
Sending debris flying. This is video you'll see only on 9 on Your Side.
One of the things I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get up as high as I can in this thing right now. See what I can see inside these. So here we go. Okay. Well, this is pretty cool. There was an elevator. Oops. And that went up. But today, there would be no man lift. I had to hoof it up these stairs in the cold. I think it was about 5 degrees. And it was dark. It was at this point that the real fun began. I didn't realize that by climbing these stairs, I'd be climbing the equivalent of a 20-story building. It was at this point that I had to stop for a minute just to catch my breath. I climbed a lot of stairs, and it was super cold, and I didn't want to develop a sweat. And just like that, I was back in action, climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. So I'm up here on the elevated platform. Look at that view. So you can only imagine having to climb these things every day for work. I'm a good 10 stories up, maybe 12 stories high. The view up here is amazing. But when you go inside and you look around, you can see the old conveyor belts. So these are the conveyors. I think that's a dust evacuator of some sort. It's amazing to be able to look out. This is an amazing building. So, working in here day after day, and the associated dangers that come with it, it's pretty impressive. There's a walkway on the next floor that I'm going to try to get to. Up another flight upstairs. Let's see what we get. Some sort of crazy weighing scale over here. This is cool. This is some sort of weighing scale. And you take it once there's a bucket filled with enough, it would throw the lever.
A device called a leg extends from the elevator. Inside the leg is a continuous chain belt carrying hundreds of buckets. They scoop up the grain and carry it quickly to the top of the elevator for storage.
I still have to go up another flight. Yes. Oh, wow. Very cool. And here, leg fault indicator. Some paperwork for bin dip. Middle garage house south wall. Couple of Jenny signs. Genesee Safety 5-year award. Genesee Safety 3-year award. Genesee Safety 4-year award. 1982 note on the wall. Rat in scale 8582 from 21. And this is obviously a worker's room where he checks those scales and probably records data. Okay, going back up. There are 2 sets of scales, by the way, which is cool. I'll get those on the way down. Up to another floor. What? They look like they have fins to keep things cool, so they radiate the heat. What this is?
Sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. I won't be seeing you much anymore.
What's been happening? Where's David?
Everything's all right.
David, come up to bed.
And you stay right there where you belong.
Day he was just an average person. By night he was a maniac killer.